I had to make a couple last minute adjustments and have a last second coughing fit. Anyway, yeah, the blue wrenches. It's a wrench on the StreamYard end, but I guess it's kind of a little shield with a wrench. Little odd looking thing on the YouTube end. And just because you got a blue shield and blue cross doesn't mean I'm going to be paying your medical bills. But anyhow, we'll say hi to everybody here quick. Got Scaldwell and Dan. John's here, Flash. Saw Marvelous, she's here somewhere. Cynthia, good to see you. Fuzz is here. Raymond. Ronald Coward. I think that's about everybody so far. R.T. Scott, he's here. Jim, yeah, I said Jim. Rick Stambaugh, he's here. Anyway, now we didn't get quite as much snow here as a lot of places around me did, and didn't get quite as much as we thought we were going to. But got about a foot, enough to be a pain in the ass. Bring on the dancing girls. Gonna go fire up the wok here and do a little bit of cooking. Kind of raided the fridge or raided the freezer like you would if you were actually snowed in. So I figured that seemed like kind of a good little theme. Did I see my picture? I don't think so. I'd have to look and see on the Facebook page. I've been busy most of the afternoon, so I haven't really got back to the Facebook yet. But I'll check that out later on here. You got no snow, just cold. Yeah, it turned cold today. It was down around 0 for a low this morning, a little below. But it's going to warm up for the rest of the week, which ain't too bad. Let me amble on over here. And I'll check the fire. See how we're going. Pull some coals down here. I'm going to throw a couple little sticks in there just to keep it cranking look good. A couple more. Just so she doesn't burn down too slow on me once I get cooking. All right. Now, what I found in my freezer was some country style pork ribs, so I sliced them up. A couple of bags of frozen veggies. I got a pot of rice sitting up on top of the stove staying warm. And we'll see what I can do about putting these together. This over here. Now, I cut the pork into strips and I marinated it in some rice wine vinegar, some rice cooking wine, garlic, ginger, a little soy sauce, and a little horseradish. Put some horseradish in it too. Let that soak for a while, and should be pretty good. Wok should get warm. One other thing I gotta grab. I'll need this later. But we'll get started with some of this meat. Let's get some of this meat going here. Give her a good slug of oil just to get things started. Get that up the sides good. Knock some things over. I've mentioned this before, but they usually say you should have a really hot wok and cold oil and things won't stick. But I find that with the cast iron wok, you're best off getting the oil hot too. Oh, that smells great already. That really smells good. I'm going to grab my glasses. Maybe I'll have a chance of seeing some of the comments from over there. Get a little closer to the mic here. Yeah. I cut a little piece here, see how done we are. Pretty good. Let them go another minute or so. Oh, that is tasty. Give that just a touch more oil. You can almost smell that That smells really good with the garlic and the ginger. That's it tastes damn good too. I think we're about done. Just a little bit more. Okay. Get that out of there. My cooking wine go. I'm going to deglaze this a little bit with some water. And probably give her just a little bit more water because it's going to make sauce. I'll get some out of my veggies. Now what I got for vegetables, I'm facing the wrong way, away from the microphone again. I got some broccoli and cauliflower that were frozen. I let these thaw a while, but I don't think they're entirely thawed. Ooh, yeah, a chunk of ice in there. Throw them in. And I got some garlic, baby peas, and mushrooms. That sounded really good for this, so I'll throw them in. You just be on the floor then. We'll stir these around a little bit. Get them all down in the bottom. And cover them up and let that steam a few minutes. At this rate, the live video will be over in 2 minutes. It does cook fairly fast. And let that sit and steam for a bit. Shouldn't take very long to get those heated through. Then I'll throw the meat. Well, actually, I'll make a little bit of sauce first. I got some cornstarch dissolved in water sitting there waiting. In the meantime, get this here all done up. That's looking nice already. Let her sit and cook a bit. A little dead air here. Sit and talk about my cobwebs. Well, I probably got more than a few around here, especially with wood heat. Tends to make things a bit dusty. And the little bastards rebuild the webs faster than you can knock them down. Nice lid. Yeah, I found that at a Goodwill, I think. It's an actual walk lid. And it's just the right size for that, too. So kind of lucked out. All right. Get back to let me see. I'll just set that aside for a little bit. And let me see. Just about done. They're getting heated through good. Got to clear down my station a little bit here. I think what I'll do is shove the fire under the thing a little bit more. And now we're coming back to a boil. Yeah, you heat with a wood stove and confirm they do make dust. Yeah, there's smoke and dust. It's kind of a mess, but it's worthwhile. There's nothing like wood heat. Now, where'd my salt go? There it is. There's always something that 2 or 3 things, get everything set up. You're always missing something. Set that back over here. Make sure everything's done through. Give it a little bit of salt. And now, move these all aside a little bit. And thicken her up some. Yeah, that's good. Put the meat back in. Get all the meat juices. Toss it around. And we're pretty much done. Wow, that cornstarch really thickened that up a lot more than I thought it would. But we'll get her set off to the side. And now comes the killing of the lights and the moving of the camera. Get my bowl. That off. All right, close you up. camera unmounted. Get the camera remounted. And I grabbed myself a bowl of my stuff. Not bad. Rice. All right. Got this. Gotta get my soy sauce. All right. That should be all right there. Yeah. And here's the final product all in the bowl. The cornstarch thickened it a little more than I thought it would. Almost gelled, but get a piece of the pig. That really turned out good. That marinated pork did really good with the just kind of a random marinade. Like I said, it was mostly Chinese cooking wine. It's a rice wine, a little bit sweet, and there's a Korean version of it too, which I can't think of the name of offhand. But it's sweeter than sake is, but it's a rice cooking wine. That, a little bit of sesame oil, some rice wine vinegar, ginger, garlic, horseradish. Seems like I'm forgetting something, but just let them soak overnight, and they're really good. A little bit of soy sauce on there. Where's the rooster? He's right. Where is he? There he is. And the cat is right behind me, sleeping in her little lower bunk there. Oh, you found a Atlanta Stoveworks door for your grill? Cool. Now you have her all complete. Like most likely Shoshang cooking wine. Probably. Like I said, there's a Korean and a Chinese version, but they're pretty much the same. So it's really similar. Yeah, it turned out really good. Like I said, that The sauce is more of a gel than the sauce, but she definitely thickened up on there. But I really like using that wok on the wood stove. That works nice, being able to set it right down into the heat. Do I grow my own horseradish? No, I don't. Don't grow that, but they do grow a lot of horseradish in this area. There's a company called Silver Springs, and they make horseradish and mustard and things like that. And they grow a lot of horseradish around here. It grows for 2 years. They'll plant it, let it grow out for a year. Then when the frost kills it off, kills the tops off, they'll kind of mow it, and then let it grow out another year. And the following spring, after the second year, they'll come back and they'll dig it up. Horseradish is super easy to grow. Be careful; it can take over. Yeah, I suppose, like I said, they grow it out for a couple of years, so I'm assuming that's pretty much a perennial. If you just let it keep growing, it would keep growing and sending out shoots, and sending up shoots from the new roots. Anyhow, now next week, I think I was going to have a little look at some of the Griswold items that are selling. Lately, I've seen Griswold prices kind of all over the place. You see some selling reasonable, and you see the same thing selling for twice the price on the next sale. It's just kind of nutty. It's just kind of bouncing all over the place. Don't really know what to make of it. So I've been saving up some stuff on the Goodwill site and see if we can get a little bit of a better handle on what they're actually selling for. I think the last cold spell and snow killed the Easter lilies. Well, we're nowhere near having anything come up around here yet, so it hasn't been a problem. I did see my swans, though. I think I mentioned it last week too. The swans were in, so that's a really good sign. Hopefully they'll be nesting here this year. I'd really love to see that. As a kid, tried to make a rhubarb pie, but the thing was horseradish stuck up the house. Griswold prices are crazy. Can't see how they cook better than any other pan. Yeah, a good pan, pretty much will cook the same as any other pan. I mean, if it's decently made. Some of the real cheap ones can be a problem with them sticking. If you know what you're doing, you can get them seasoned to where they don't. But generally, they all cook pretty good. Some pans will brown better than others, and that's not necessarily by brand or anything like that. It's just the way the pan is. I mean, I have pans that are the same size, the same maker, the same time period when they were made, and one will cook a lot faster than the other one. Will brown things up better. The other one will work a lot better in the oven. It's just kind of individual, but generally, a decently made pan will cook pretty much the same as any other decently made pan. Is it my birthday? It was yesterday, actually. But thank you for asking. Get a little bit more. Mm. Robin, you're off to forage for food. Let's try making something like this someday. That pork is really, really good. I mean, that alone makes it worthwhile. And the rest of the veggies turned out pretty good too. Probably should have threw a little bit of cayenne in there. Crushed up one of my dried cayennes, give it a little bit of heat, but it's pretty good like it is. The things you think of after you're done cooking. Had to go out and come back in. Nothing was working. YouTube has been a little funky lately. About a month back, it was really unstable. It seemed like, and then it kind of calmed down for a while. But the last couple of days, it seems to be getting a little bit off again. Found a Wagner lid for your egg poacher eggs Benedict pan. It's the same one as fits the Wagner square skillet. Ah, cool. Yeah, because the cast iron square skillets are a little bit different size than the aluminum Wagner square skillets, the Magnolite ones. And I had got a square before the prices of Magnolite went through the roof. I had got a square Magnolite skillet the same size as my square pan, and the lid doesn't fit. Two strippers coming right up. All right. Well, hopefully they make it up the driveway. I got to plow it out, but still got to know what you're doing to make it in and out of here in the winter. What's my favorite cake? Kind of hard to say. I like angel food cake. That's really good. And, just a basic devil's food chocolate is good. Honey badgers here. Freezer raids are some of your favorite, but hard to recreate. Yeah, I just kind of threw it together with the marinade. And of course, to get everything nailed down really good, you'll never remember what you did. Your brother gave you an Excelsior griddle. I'd never heard of them. Says it's in good shape. It seems like I've heard the name before, but I can't place what the logo looks like. Strippers and mud wrestling in Mudbrook. You betcha. Oh, it's hot in Southern California. Yeah, you get that now and then too. But like I said, it got cold after the blizzard came through, but it's pretty much warmed back up. It's around 20 right now. It was a little below zero this morning, which isn't rare in March because we ain't nearly started spring yet, and we ain't quite done with winter. But usually in March, it pretty much stays above zero. Gets down into the teens for lows, around 20. But I've been craving mandarin orange cake with the orange juice whipped cream topping. Well, that sounds good. Weeks ago we talked about them. They're mostly gated. Yeah, it's like I said. I've heard the name, but I can't quite place what they would look like. Came through for us. Mild rain, a little bit of rain and snow last night. Yeah, like I say, I got about a foot here. A lot of places not too far away got a lot more, but it stayed just warm enough that it was really heavy wet snow, which pretty much always is this year, but time of year. But it seemed a little denser and kind of packed itself down as it fell. It settled really quick. So, but there's places in the area that got 18, 20 inches, which is a bit more than you really need at any one time. I think over in Green Bay, they got close to 3 feet in a couple of spots. The skillets have like a raised handle, nice pans. Okay. Didn't lose power, but you inherited every loose leaf that's on the ground within 10 miles of you. Did I lose power? No, we didn't. Didn't lose power here, which was nice. Which is kind of surprising, really, because usually the power goes out 3, 4, 5 times a year around here. You know, once and a couple of times in the spring, then over the summer you get some. A lot of trees falling across power lines around here, and the light company does a real good job of keeping the right of ways cleared and the trees trimmed back. But like coming up by Dead End Road, all of the trees on the opposite side of the road of the power lines are tall enough that if they tip over, they're going to land on the power lines. And there's nothing they can really do about it because it's not on the right of way. And when you get the real heavy, wet, sticky snow, it'll stick to the power lines. And a lot of times what happens, it'll sag enough that the two wires will touch and it'll kick out the breaker at the end of the road. Luckily, it snowed, so all the leaves are stuck to the ground and won't blow away into somebody else's yard. Real smooth skillets, kind of fancy handle on the end. Okay, yeah, like I said, I've heard of them and probably seen them too, I'm sure, but just can't bring it to mind. You know, usually I remember what the logo looks like or the style of the lettering and all of that, but yeah, Excelsior just isn't coming to mind. Just got another light coating of ice in PA. Come on, spring. Yeah, ice is a pain. I mean, it's worse than snow. Is all. Leaves are good for the soil. Yeah, they are, and you shouldn't go cleaning up your yard until it's well and truly warmed up good for a couple of weeks at least, because there's a lot of things that a lot of beneficial insects and other critters that bury themselves under the leaves that are blown into the corner of your yard. And if you go pulling them away too soon, you end up killing off some beneficial critters. And besides, who wants to go out and clean up leaves in the first place? Freezing yesterday, being today, and yesterday and today, and the rest of the week will be in the 80s and 90s. It ain't gonna get quite that warm around here, but it'll get up into the 40s anyway, which is pretty good. All the fruit trees have blooms, and 20s tonight will do them in. Yeah, it doesn't do them any favors to get frozen. Certain times you can you can freeze the flowers a bit without hurting them too bad, but more or less it depends on how many of them got pollinated before they froze. On the picture of the Excelsior logo, looks a bit like a Martin hamburger from St. Louis. 20 degrees for a high today. Yeah, let's kind of look around my thing here to see my thermometer. Yeah, it's about 20 here now. Dang, Fall Springs. Yeah, a week or so ago it was almost 60 for a while. 40s, 50s, and 60s for a good week. We had some real nice weather. Come to think of it, I think a lot of the Excelsiors we were trying to figure out were, I think, waffle irons. It's probably where I know the Excelsior name, made in St. Louis. Yeah, you'll end up burning the leaves and using the ash in your garden beds. Same as wood ash, essentially. Yeah. Any giveaways tonight? Not tonight. I should probably try and figure out one for next week. I definitely got to thin things out a little bit, and it's always fun to give things away. Anyone put ripe tomatoes in wood ash to keep them longer? I never tried it. But yeah, I'll have to do another one here pretty soon. None of your daffodils bloom this year, and you have a huge line of them in your yard planted 50 years ago. Ominous. Yeah. Well, it might just be a little bit later spring. Who knows? Not that we ever really get a actual spring in Wisconsin. It goes pretty much from cold and shitty to hot and shitty within about a period of 3 days. I'm glad it's fun for you to give things away. Well, yeah, you might as well put things out in the wild. People are giving me stuff, so it's only right that I give people stuff. You're on fire. 75,000 acres burned and it's only 18% contained. That's unusual that you get fires in the winter around here, but they do happen now and then, especially if the snow melts off. Had tornadoes one day and snow the next. Oh yeah, there was a little bit of thunder with the blizzard, which is always kind of weird. You get a big snowstorm and it's thunder and lightning too. Suggest for the next giveaway of the favorite roaster, the secret word of HJB given to one audience member. I'm hanging on to my favorite roaster though. Them big ones is hard to find. Yeah, Bell, unlurking. It's good to see you. Did you see my nice little bowl of stuff that I made? A little pork stir fry. Mm. Definitely gonna have to try and remember how I marinated that pork. It really turned out nice. Let's see here. Corey's in Nebraska. That roaster's awesome. So is a pork roast recipe with it. Yeah, that's I made that honey cayenne glaze last time I used that. What about the colorful rooster? No, you can't have my magnificent cock either. Well, if you ask really nice, I might consider letting you play with them a bit, but I wouldn't give them away otherwise. Let's see here. That's a delicious recipe. Yeah, I'm tickled with how it turned out. Just for something kind of made up as I went. It turned out real good. And yeah, just grabbing stuff out of the freezer. Everybody say hi to everybody for the moment. Yeah, like I said, we'll take a little look at the what's going on Goodwill on their sale site for Griswold. Like I said, some other uh, local sales and things like that I've seen in the area. Sometimes they'll just go nuts on a number 8 Griswold skillet, nothing terribly special about it. And then it'll, the next another sale the next day, the same thing will sell for a pretty reasonable price. You can, get one for 50, $60, which is kind of cheap for a number 8 Griswold. And then the damn thing will sell for 130 the next time you see it. And doesn't really seem to be much rhyme or reason to it. Then peas could have stayed in the freezer. I don't like peas, do you? These are peas and mushrooms, though. They had peas brought some friends with them. Don't be stingy. Southern strippers are aggressive. Heard that prices coming down due to instabilities in the country. It could be, if there's hard times, people are going to be spending less on things like cast iron or anything else like that, and focusing more on keeping their bills paid. So you never know. But some things, once they go up, they never really do come back down. So we'll have to see where it goes, and it depends on what the economy does, and who knows what that's going to happen. It's always nice to turn leftovers into a good meal. Yeah, and I'm definitely going to have some left over from this for a couple of days. So definitely don't get any cut on Pink Floyd items or instruments. Cast iron seems to be all over too. Rebel Roost Outdoor Flea Market starts in April at outlets in Gettysburg. Some nice iron there. Cool. Saw a large logo Dutch oven, Griswold Dutch oven for 125 on eBay. It was gone immediately. Yeah, the Dutch ovens have been kind of high lately. I mean, even some of the in-person auctions that I've been to, the Dutch ovens really went high, but 150 isn't really uncommon nowadays for a Griswold Dutch oven. Bought a half a pig for 175. Figured it was a bargain. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, probably not too bad. It's been a while since I've looked to see what pig prices are. Says cast iron prices are too high unless you attend flea markets nowadays. Ain't lying about the bills. Got to have your air high and 10. Yeah. And your bills never seem to get any cheaper. If you manage to save a little bit on one, they'll raise another one. Your phone bill goes down, your light bill will go up, and if they both go down, your insurance will go up. So you got you pretty much coming or going no matter which way. But you want me to give away some smooth bottom stuff so it fits on your electric coil stovetop. A lot of the heat rings do fit on my stove anyway. Especially a little bigger ones like an 8 or like a 9. It's big enough that the heat ring is outside of the coil, so you can use some of them. But yeah, the smaller pans like a 5 or a 3 with a heat ring, it'll pick up on there, and sometimes it hits the coil wrong and doesn't want to sit flat. But yeah, I can keep it. Could definitely give away some smooth bottom stuff. Just about to sneeze. Excuse me. Gas way up. Yeah. But it's not surprising you start playing around in the Middle East. That's the first thing that happens, whether it needs to or not. Here. Did you find a pot the tight top lid fits on? Yes, and the cracked pot wasn't worth repairing. So send it anyways. Uh yeah. I still haven't fixed the bottom of the Dutch oven. I'm gonna do that one of these days. But yeah, the lid fits on my Griswold Dutch oven. I got that. I've been using an old Lodge lid that fits on it really good. But kind of mated those two up and works out real nice. So thank you much for that. Property taxes are always a bitch. Mine ain't too bad for what I got here, but we had to fight some years ago because I'm on water. They wanted to class this as residential or recreational property, which would have tripled the tax bill. But it ain't. I mean, this is homestead property. It's a dwelling. It's not a summer cabin. So we finally managed to win that argument, which is good because otherwise taxes would have really went nuts on it. You can tell there's no giveaway because there's no strange names in the chat. Well, there's usually quite a few more people watching than there are leaving comments. So when you do the giveaway, everybody wants to get in on it. So can't afford beef. Yeah, the price of beef has really gone. It's gone up quite a bit too. Tickle in my throat. Beef was coming back down for a while, but yeah, it's taken off and spiked again. Where's Minnie? I don't know if you can see her. She's in that little kind of bottom hammock there. She's hanging out in there tonight. Very cool. For everyone else, the pot wasn't cracked in the Goodwill picks, and when you contacted them, they refilled the price and refunded the full price and didn't want the pot back or lid, so I passed it on. Yeah, it'd be nice if they pack it right in the first damn place so it doesn't get cracked. But Goodwill's always been pretty good about refunding stuff. The couple of times that I had to deal with it. Although one time, I forget what I got from them. It wasn't wasn't a cast iron pan, but they mixed it up with somebody else's order, and they ended up sending me this old Polaroid land camera, and they got no idea where the hell my thing went. Wars are needed, but stop rebuilding afterwards. America first. Yeah, wars do drive the economy. There's no getting around that, whether you like it or not. Oh yeah, there's always going to be new taxes for just about everything. If you really want to see some of the weird taxes, go back into England in the 15, 16, 1700s. I mean, it was just nuts, some of the things that they would tax. There was a tax on candles. There's a tax on the size of your windows, and all kinds of weird shit like that. So you go back and look at some of them, you don't feel quite so bad, but you still don't want to pay the taxes you're paying now either. Bought some bone-in pork chops at Costco for $3.49 a pound. Pork is usually pretty cheap. I mean, you can definitely get pork a lot cheaper than you can most things. Right now, I think there's whole pork shoulders on sale at our local grocery store, and they're $2.10 a pound. I think is what they were, either $1.99 or $2.10 a pound. So you usually get pretty good deals on pork, but that's about it. Roadkill, as all we poor folks can afford. Oh, and Hog Wild gave me $2. Thank you much. I'll let you know what I think about the picture. I certainly will. It's on the Facebook page, I take it. Very few things they won't tax. Get whole pork loins, cut them into boneless chops for $1.78 a pound. Yeah, I do that quite a bit too. Heard that people who own ancient country houses at one point were taxed on the roof, so they took the roof off half of them and let it go to ruin. Yeah, yeah, they tax the weirdest damn things. Don't say taxes out loud. The Illinois governor will hear you. I'll I'll try and shut up about it then. At some point, can I break out the castle pan and bake a cake? Looks intriguing. I'll have to do that. I'll go ahead and bake one up. Like I said, the castle pan, it you get a little bonus pyramid in the middle if you double up on the boxes of mix. Pork butts still go on sale for $1 a pound every now and then. I haven't seen 99 cents a pound in a long time, but buck 59, something like that. You see fairly often on sale. Nothing's cheap now, and chicken is priced as a delicacy. Yeah, chicken's gone up a bit. Say taxes 3 times. No, no, I won't. Anyhow, we're just about ready to wrap her up here for the day. Like I said, we'll take a look at some things next week. Maybe if I get something lined up, we'll have a giveaway. Kind of think I will, but don't hold me to it too hard. Got to decide what to part with. And anyhow, like I said, we'll see you next week. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.